What's up? What's up?
Okay, so I don't know if you remember my situation, but we spoke earlier.
Mhm.
I'm curious, would I be wrong, like, during this process if I started dating?
If you remind me of your situation again.
Um, about 6 years in with a person who is a serial cheater, doesn't want to acknowledge, like, his cheating. Instead, gaslight me to believe, like, oh, it's not really what it seems to be.
Hmm.
Recently called him out Valentine's Day cheating, a plethora of things, but we
Right.
still live together. We just had a child. Obviously, I know that the relationship isn't gonna work, so I'm just trying to navigate through it until like we part our ways from our lease and stuff like that. And I do want to start dating, but I don't know if that's like, the
What
right route to take.
what advice did I give you earlier on the live? I forgot.
Yeah, the relationship is just not gonna work. Like, I just have to, you know, plan to once I do start back working and we separate from our lease, just to, focus on me.
Okay. So it was to make a plan so that you can like exit the relationship.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, you don't have the bandwidth to make your plan with urgency and then also date people.
Okay.
That would
That's
be
fair.
a distraction. I would put yourself in a good spot first and then worry about your romantic life.
Okay. All
Hmm.
right. That's my question.
Hey, love. Best of luck to you. All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Um, let me see. What's up, Eva? Eva, where you been at? What's up, Kiana? I wouldn't date, right? Be alone for a while. Why do you need to immediately jump into someone? She's young. I think she's like 22, right? 22, 23, 24, 24. Still. Sure, many of you in the chat at 24 trying to hop to somebody else pretty quickly. 26. Well, I was trying to defend you, Kimmy, but you're not helping me. Huh? I would have just went with the 24 if I was you. No, but yes, you should make that plan first, love, instead of getting out there, you know? Good night, Marquette. How are you doing? It's been a while. Good, love. How are you? Mm, 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 mm. Now the matchmaker people responding to her with their age. Remember the chick who had like the kink? She was asking questions about kinks. She was like, "Yeah, my boyfriend, he's into degradation." She was like, her DMs were flooded. What, like as she was asking the question, her DMs were flooded. I've been have emotionally withdrawn from a relationship for a long time now. I get it. I get it. But it's the desire for a new relationship right now would just be a distraction. You just want someone to make you feel good right now. Very normal, but part of like you know, adulting is what's the word I'm looking for? Delayed gratification. So you have to put yourself in a good spot first. Get some stability first, then worry about that. Eva, you don't like the glasses? I wish I had a spam account so I can ask a question. You can create one real quick. You pregnant in your profile pic? I'm assuming that's what your question is pertaining to. So I spoke to a guy a couple of days ago. The convo fizzled out and he blocked me. Why though? What were y'all talking about? Is it better for a man to be more in love with a woman or a woman to be more in love with a man? It's a low paradigm way of thinking. High quality people aren't even asking the question, who loves who more? Do I love him more? Or does he love me more? It's not even a thought. Even having that thought tells me what level you're at. In reality, it may depend on like the phase of the relationship. Yo,
Hello?
hi.
Hi, okay, so I have a doozy for you.
Okay.
I am 54 years old. I started dating a 60-year-old maybe 3 years ago.
Okay.
At first, we had great conversations. We wanted the same things. So I was like, okay, this is a little bit different. I'm African American. He's Caucasian. That really doesn't matter in the whole scheme of things. But he's a smoker. Typically, I don't date smokers, but he said he's going to quit. You know, there are certain things that I typically don't date, but, you know, he said that he was working on these things, but it's 3 years later. Am I, you know, I want to eventually get married again, have companionship, that sort of thing, but he's still smoking. And he's drinking a little bit more. And it's just not what I want for the future. And I've tried to tell him, I've had conversations with him that this bothers me, like certain things bother me. And it's gotten to the point where I almost don't go over his house anymore because it just bothers me. The state of, you know, he used to keep his house clean and now it's just a little bit junkier, and
Right.
it just really bothers me. It's not normal. And I asked him if he was going through depression. He says no. But, other people are now, I guess, reaching out to me, asking me for dates. And I'm like, no, I'm involved in a relationship. But at the same time, I almost feel like I'm out the door and I don't really know how to. I think I've done everything. I've been emotionally invested. I've communicated as much as I can. And maybe I'm just thinking he's, you know how when they say people are older, they're just stuck in their ways. I'm thinking that maybe he's just older and these are his ways and it is what it is, and either deal with it or not deal with it, and I'm kind of not wanting to really deal with it any longer.
Okay.
Do you have any advice?
So, how long have you been with this person?
2.5 years.
Okay. And when you met them, they weren't smoking? They weren't a smoker?
No, he was smoking, so that's, and typically I don't date a smoking, so he was doing that, but he kind of assured me that he is going to stop smoking. And I guess me being naive, believed that he was going to stop smoking,
Okay. And he continued, like, he even increased the amount that he did smoke over time?
Yes. And his drinking is a little bit more than it was when we first met. And he has problems expressing his emotions. And sometimes he has these very, just outbursts from nowhere. Not physical outbursts or anything like that, but I remember once I was making sandwiches, BLT sandwiches. Now, in my experience, you always put mayonnaise on a BLT sandwich. And one time he told me he doesn't like mayonnaise, but I wasn't thinking, I made a BLT sandwich to put mayonnaise on it. And he literally went off on this BLT sandwich because it had mayo on it.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, you don't have to yell. Just use your indoor voice. And if you don't want mayo on your sandwich, we'll make you a different sandwich.
Right.
And I was like, well, why did you have that outburst? Like, what caused you to have that outburst? And he was like, well, I just wanted you to understand that I don't like mayo. I said, well, all you had to do was just tell me again that, oh, remember, I don't like mayo, versus going to one extreme point of conversation. And I do have to say that he's from another country. So I was thinking maybe some of this is culturally as well. He's
Okay.
like from the Romania area.
Okay. You say y'all been together for 2 years, right?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You say y'all been together for 2 years, right?
2.5
Two and a
years.
half
And
years.
I'm almost reaching my threshold. We're approaching 3, so I'm almost getting to my threshold.
Gotcha. Um, how long into the like how recently did he start like increasing the amount that he smoked and increasing the amount that he drank?
I would say over the last year.
Anything significant happen around that time?
No,
Okay, so he
just regular life.
just randomly started smoking and drinking more.
Yeah.
Okay. Do y'all live together?
No.
No. Okay. And
Mm.
what bothers you more, like the smoking or the drinking?
I really hate the smoking more. I just can't stand the smell of it.
Okay. All right. And you said when you met him, he was already a smoker, and he said that he would quit.
Yes. Yes, when he said he was going to quit.
Okay. Have you
And
brought?
to be honest with you, I think the reason that I'm still here is because I want the companionship.
Right.
But oh, that's another thing. He doesn't even like to go out. Like, like your normal, like, hey, let's go to dinner.
Right.
Like, he doesn't even like to do basic things. He literally stays in his home 24/7. He likes yard work. He likes working on the car. He likes gardening. But to get him out to a restaurant, it takes an act of God.
So what do you like about him? That's not good.
He is a very, it's like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. At times he's very nice, very caring, but just very rigid.
Okay. Yeah, this sounds like you're with him for companionship. You didn't say anything that you like about him, like that was chemistry focused. It was more like,
The chemistry for me is almost gone. I had it there at first. I was like, va va voom. But I think because of the increased smoking, how the house is maybe being taken care of, things like that. I think for me to be attracted to someone, I think some of that is emotional.
right.
And I don't know. I just feel like that's not there because that smoking part is just really bothering me. It's just, I don't know.
So when you bring this up to him, what does he say?
He's like, oh yeah, I'm working on smoking. Like, I'm working on it. I even offered to take him to the doctor to maybe get him some medication, maybe, or patches or something, or buy him gum. He
Right.
doesn't want to do any of that. Yeah, it's just, he wants it his way. I think this is like a test of wills almost, like who's going to give in, like if I'm going to give in to what he's trying to give, or if I'm just going to, I don't know. So I'm
Yeah.
almost to the point of breaking off. Yeah, you're right. Somebody said we're not compatible. You're right.
Right.
We're
So-
not compatible. So I can agree. I think I love him and I know he loves me, but I don't think that love is enough. I think that there needs to be something more, because when you actually love someone, to me, like if I don't like watching war movies and he likes to watch war movies, I would watch war movies with him. It's that give and take, whereas I will do that with him if that's what he wanted to do. But the things that I want to do, like even if it's going for a walk around the neighborhood or walking, in the park, he's not willing to do little things like that.
Has he ever been willing to do little things like that?
No, he's always had excuses.
So why did you get with him to begin with, love? What did you like about him originally? You're having to do a lot of thinking, and that's the bad sign right there.
I think that what I was thinking was I was going to try dating a different dating approach. I was going to try, like date intentional, like, talk to someone, just put it out there on the table. This is what I want. This is like in 3 years, I want to be in a relationship. Hopefully I want to get married again. This is what I want to do. And he was like, yeah, I want to do the same thing, blah, blah, blah. do you like this? Yeah, do you like this? So we had a conversation. So I thought that, okay, we want the same things. So let's try to work on those same things. And
No,
here
that
we
doesn't
are.
work. That doesn't work. You were in agenda mode. You were just looking for someone to fit into that slot. So you got someone who you didn't really like that. And when you do that, you end up resenting them.
Okay.
Right? You got with him for a potential. And he didn't meet it, as people tend to do when you look at them for potential. So this is just going to be a lesson, but it's not going to change. This relationship likely won't work.
Okay. All right. So now, how do I withdraw myself? I mean, like,
break-
how do I get myself out of this?
You break up with him. You fan the smoke out of your face. You cough your way through it. I can't do this anymore. You do that shit, right? You break up with him as you cough through the smoke, and then go on about your way.
I was gonna wait until he has another one of his blow ups and kind of use that.
That's not necessary.
No. Okay.
That's not necessary.
All right. Well, thank you. You've kind of confirmed a little bit of what I put together myself a little bit. So how do you suggest that I look at dating going forward?
How did you meet him?
Okay, now the story gets deeper. We live in the same neighborhood.
Okay.
We live in the same neighborhood.
All right. Okay.
Oh, and basically, I was outside. I was talking to a neighbor, and I've known him for years. Actually, it's so funny because I've known him for years, and we had like a neighborly type friendship. And what happened one day was when we first met, a neighbor, I had to have something fixed. Oh yeah, my son was graduating. I needed something fixed in my garage. So another neighbor recommended him. I called him and I was like, hey, can you help me fix this? And I was thinking that he was a handyman. And I called him and he was so rude. He was like, no, Chika, I don't have time to fix this for you. And I'm thinking to myself, you're a handyman, why can't you fix this for me? So whatever. So I figured I would just be nice to him. So every time I saw him, I was just really nice to him. So I thought that would make him feel bad for being mean to me. And anyway, over the years, we got to talking, hey, how you doing? What type of house projects you're working on, that type of thing. We would trade different ideas. And it just so happens one day I was outside talking to another neighbor, and the neighbor and I just kind of drifted off in general conversation, and I heard, oh yeah, Leticia's not married, and I turned around to see what was going on, and he was like, oh, you're not married? I'm like, no, yeah, I was in a relationship, got out of it, blah, 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 and then we just kind of started talking from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your social life like?
I go to work and I come home.
That's the problem. So you're going to have a social life.
I have 2 dogs.
Right.
That's about it.
Right. So all dating problems typically, when it comes to like not being able to find someone, usually the thing that a lot of those people have in common is they don't have a active social life. People who have the most vibrant and active social lives tend to not have as many dating problems. So you gotta get out and live a bit more. Find some hobbies to involve yourself in, clubs to join, right? Reason why
I don't mind going to like festivals. I'll go to festivals by myself or antique stores, things like that. I like shopping.
It's not going to do it. So I always make the distinction between static environments and dynamic environments, right? Dynamic environments are environments where every time you go, there's different people there. So everything you just listed was a dynamic environment. Every time you go, there's different people. You want static environments where every time you go, the same people are there. Because when you see the same people over and over again, let's wait for this phone call to end. Give Shorty 5 more seconds because holding the show up. There we go. Okay. So, static environments are environments where you see the same people there over and over again, right? So when you put yourself in static environments, you build familiarity with the people there. Familiarity can open the door to attraction. Okay? You experience that with this guy. Your neighborhood is a static environment. Same people there over and over again. People get to know one another. Historically, that's how people have met each other in a romantic contest. Right? It was a more community
Right.
approach to dating. So the environments you put yourself in I would recommend them to be static environments. Okay? Not you going to an antique store or anything like that. You go into a static environment that ideally is focused on whatever interests you may have. And then you go there and you just engage with the people there. You show yourself as friendly. You spread positive vibes. And over time, that can lead you to some sort of romantic connection. Okay? So that's how I will play it moving forward. And that will hopefully put you in a better spot. Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right, love. Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Kai, what's going on?
Hi. How are
Hi.
you doing?
Great. How are you?
I'm good, you know. I mean, I guess I could be better since I'm up here.
Right.
But where should I start? Do you want me to just kind of dive right into my
Sure,
question?
sure.
Or-
What's going on?
Okay. So I have been basically in a situationship is what it is. I'm just going to call it what it is. For about a year now. With a guy. He is 6 years older than me. I am 24. He is 30. And he's very hot and cold. Like, basically, the dance that we keep doing is he only chases me when I pull away. Like, when I decide that I'm fed up with him, you know, giving me the bare minimum, I just completely kind of check out. Like, emotionally, mentally, I just disassociate from him. And that's when he starts to, like, pursue and chase me. And then the minute, you know, things seem to be good again, it's like now he's like bored, I guess, and he just, you know, disappears off the planet of the earth. So whenever he needs me for his convenience, you know, he'll text me or he'll call me. He invites me to his brother's house, you know, for cookouts and, you know, stuff like that. Just very, I don't know, just very not what I would expect from someone his age. He's talked to me about, like, getting married and having kids. Like, he told me he would love for a woman like me to be the mother of his, you know, children or whatever. You know, he says all the things, but there's no urgency on his end to even, like, claim me as his. Like, I've never been asked to be his girlfriend. He's never, you know, formally asked me to actually be with him. And so I'm kind of at a point where I'm fully, like, over it because I don't want to waste my 20s waiting around for someone, kind of like what you were just talking about, just because the potential you see in a person. I don't want to just see the potential in you. Like, I want you to be a man. Like, I want you to be everything that you should be. And if not, you know, what am I going to do? What point do I have sitting here waiting around for you when you're going to love the right woman the right way if you want to. And so if you're not, you know, you get what I'm saying? So my question is, I'm kind of like struggling with myself and battling myself because I have some really close girlfriends that are actual, like, we all know each other. Like, we have a whole, like, little friend group. And a lot of the times that I'm hanging out with them, it's more than likely a 90% chance that I'm going to run into him. And so I'm trying to decide whether or not I should completely just remove myself from the entire circle, lose my, you know, connections that I have just because of the fact that, you know, he didn't treat me the way that I feel I deserve to be treated. But I also think that part of me is a little vengeful, and it's like, you know, I kind of want him to see me happy. I want him to see that I don't need him, but at the same time, like, my other mind is telling me he doesn't really deserve to see me at all. So I'm not really sure, you know, what I should do moving forward, because I do value the friendships that I have, but I don't really feel like it would be healthy for me to continue to put myself in his presence, knowing that he's just keeping me around as a placeholder, I feel like, because if he wanted to be with me, I think, you know, any man, especially at that age, if a man wants to be with a woman, he's going to be with her. If a man loves a woman, it's not going to be a question in her mind. There's not going to be any confusion. There isn't going to be a push and pull. There's going to be intentionality, and I'm just not getting that after a year. So I don't think I'm going to get it at all. So what is your, take on the situation as a man?
Okay. What's the context of the friend group? How do y'all all know each other?
So one of the friends that I have, we all met at the gym. So I used to work at this gym, but I don't work there anymore. But that's how we all met. And so one of my girlfriends, I was working out, and she complimented me, how like girls do at the gym. And her boyfriend happens to be like one of his friends, basically. So
Right.
that's how we kind of met. Like we met at the gym, and I found out that they all know each other.
Okay. And y'all been friends as a group for how long?
The whole time I've been seeing him, so for the whole year.
Okay. So these aren't deep friendships.
No, not like childhood friends or anything like
Gotcha.
that.
Got it. These are replaceable friends.
Yes,
Right.
I suppose.
Right. Are these the only friends you have?
I mean, I don't really consider myself I don't go out a lot. Like I don't went to club or anything like that. A lot of people my age just aren't into the kinds of things that I'm into. So these friends, they're a little older than me. Like I said, he's 30. So they're all like in their late 20s, early 30s. So when we hang out, it's like more so, like I said, like cookouts, like we're hanging at the house playing, like having game nights, or like we're working out together.
Right.
So yeah.
So the answer is yes. Are these the only friends you have?
Yeah, pretty much. Like outside of them, I'm usually just at home.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Do you trust yourself if you were to be in his presence that you will be able to not entertain him anymore romantically?
Yes.
Right. What gives you such certainty?
Well, I mean, because I've done it before, like,
Okay.
and that's why I think he plays the game with me, is that like he's seen that I am capable of leaving him alone, but it's a choice that I make. So like if I wanted to not talk to him, I wouldn't. Even when he first pursued me, I honestly wasn't really very interested because I was just in such a mindset where I really wanted to just focus on myself at the time, but he was very persistent. And so after like 3 months of him like consistently asking me out, I was like, okay, fine. Like, all right, like we'll go out. And it was great. Like he seemed very mature. He seemed like he had a good head on his shoulders. I didn't really feel any like initial, like those red flag feelings. I wasn't really getting any of that. Like he didn't give off any toxicity. But maybe that was kind of like a fault on my end, is that I didn't see the warning signs. But I just say that because I'm just really at a space where I don't see the point in wasting any more of my time. Like I don't
Oh yeah, you definitely.
from,
How long has it been since you've stopped dealing with him?
what is it, May now? Like 3 months.
Okay.
But what do you mean by that? Because he still texts me. That's the problem. Like that's what I'm saying.
Do you still
like
text? Do you still text him?
No. Like he asked me the other night if I could come see him at his brother's house, and I just didn't respond because I just know how the story goes. So it's like, why?
When's the last time? When's the last time you responded?
3 months ago.
Okay, so he's still texting you 3 months later.
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be the problem, is that he won't leave you alone. Right.
Yeah.
So if he's texting you for 3 months, I want to believe that you haven't responded to him. My gut is telling me you've talked to him in these last 3 months. That's
No,
my
I
gut is telling
haven't.
me.
He texted me like recently, but I didn't say anything. I mean,
Okay.
you know how it goes. If a man texts you at a certain time at night, it's only
Right.
for one reason. So
Right.
if you respond, that's giving him the,
Is this the longest you've gone without entertaining him at all?
No.
Okay. What's the longest you've gone?
You're not going to believe me when I tell you this, because I know it sounds crazy. Like, okay, hear me out.
Uh-huh.
So one time when we first started dating, like 6 months into our relationship, we got into a really heated argument about like our values, basically. Like, our values were not aligning.
Okay.
And so we got into a really heated argument, and I cut him off for 6 months.
Okay.
Like, I just didn't speak to him, nothing, nothing. Yeah.
So did you not see the friends for 6 months?
No, I still saw, like, my girlfriends, but
Okay.
he wasn't, you feel me? He wasn't there, so we were good to go. But I specifically told him, I was
So
like, I
when-
do not want to be around him.
Okay, so why can't we do the same thing now?
Because I feel like I'm looking like a fool at this point, like almost like a hypocrite. Because the thing is like, why would I want to be associated with anything that has to do with him if after how he's treated me, you know? Like, I feel like I'm kind of doing the same thing he's doing, like the push and pull. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's smart for me at this point, considering like all of that mess that has happened, to continue to still stay in that circle, because clearly I'm sure there's talking happening. So like, I probably don't look the brightest either right now.
Okay. I mean, but who cares?
I mean, I won't look like an idiot, or like I don't value myself, or like I don't have self-respect.
I don't like you. How old are these women? You said they're in their 30s or something like that?
They're like late 20, like 28.
Okay.
29.
They've been here. Maybe not all of them, but
Yeah.
they've been there. So there's no need. They're not there now is due to age. So yeah, I wouldn't look at that, because if you don't have any friends other than this group, you're probably very easy to let go of friendships.
Well, yeah, I'm used to being,
Don't do that. Don't do that. There's a deeper issue here. We have the surface problem with this guy. There's a deeper issue. I clocked the friendship immediately. There's something there that we gotta. May not be on a pack here, but there's something there. And I'm telling you not to do that because I work with men too. And guess what? I tell men, if the woman doesn't have any long-term friendships, it typically is a red flag.
a red flag on my part.
Because if you can't maintain friends, how can you
Well, it's
maintain a
not that I can't
relationship?
maintain them. I like to be selective about who I hang around. I
Right,
don't,
but look, you're about to get rid of these friends you just invested in for a year just to avoid appearing a certain way.
Oh, well, I mean,
That you just made up in your head that they haven't even told you. They look at you that way. It's like you're assuming they do, and you're like, I'll ditch the entire friendship. Someone with that mentality will also ditch a relationship easily.
well, okay, right. Well, but it's not okay. Listen though, because it's not necessarily ditching. I just want to protect, like my peace. Like I don't want to put myself in harm's way. Like I don't want to put myself in a situation to be
I get it.
taken advantage of again.
Right. Guess what? The people who use that word peace a lot, it typically are avoidantly attached. So peace to them means anything that offers me any degree of discomfort, I want to rid it from my life. But
Jeez.
relationships oftentimes are uncomfortable.
Oh man.
You see why it's a red flag?
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right.
Right. So I would encourage you, this is an opportunity for you to go in the opposite direction. Will be a healing situation for you. Don't deal with him anymore, but
Yeah.
keep these friends.
Right. Okay. No, yeah, like you're right. I don't know. Yeah, healing. Right. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah, okay. We're gonna work on that.
All right. Keep me posted,
Thank
love.
you.
All right.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right. Take care. See, people, we get to the core issue here, baby. If y'all want your 1 hour coaching call, this icon right here, there's a button that looks like it below at the bottom of the screen. Hit that button, shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. Keep in mind, prices go up at the end of the month. It's the 29th. 2 more days. Prices, they're going up. Yeah, they ain't do nothing to you yet, girl, right? Yeah, when I heard the friend thing, I was like, I'm circling back to that. We're gonna hit it. We're gonna bust a Yui real quick. I tell men that, man, it's like, I mean, it's true for both men and women. It's not just guys, right? Like, people can't sustain relationships Normally not for good reasons. You'll see people who like change up their friend group every couple of years. There's no childhood friends, no lifelong friends. Doesn't bode well to their ability to connect with people. But I'm glad to see that she was receptive. Right? She was receptive, so this might be a shift for her. All right. Moss, can we timestamp that too? I'm gonna have the clipper clip that call. Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm new to the live, so I saw something you were doing earlier, and I was interested because I saw the title was dating and relationships. So you pretty much just give out advice, or you're a coach.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so we come up here and we can ask you questions, and you give us feedback.
Absolutely. What's going on?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I have a little bit of a situation. I'm pretty much a confident person, very direct. If I'm interested, I'm not masculine with it, but if I'm interested in a guy, I tell them. So there's this guy. I told him I was, well, not every guy. I'm not going to say every guy.
Okay.
This specific guy I did tell. And we went to the same church for years. I told him I was interested. And his response was, well, we never went down that road, but I'm not necessarily opposed to it. Okay, so boom. We're texting every day for the last for the next 4 weeks or so. I don't glorify text, so I feel like just because you're consistent in texting, that's still not me really getting to know you, well, in a romantic way, because we knew each other for years already in church. Anyway, so we're hanging out. I asked him to hang out for the first time. I never said it was a date. I said we can hang out. He addressed it as a date. We went to the movies. He paid for everything. We sat in my car and talked till 2 a.m., just having a great time. So I eventually asked him at some point, okay, so what's going on? Are you just, because it felt like he was friend zoning me because he started to get distant. And I was just like, okay, I see it happening. So he was just like, yeah, I just saw us as friends. I didn't see it in that way. And I was just like, huh? So I'm confused by men like that. I'm confused by the mindset. Can you help me with that?
So this was a guy that you met at church?
Yeah, I've been knowing him since like 2018. We've been cool friends. I've always liked him, but it never worked out. So we neither one of us goes to that church anymore. It's kind of a toxic environment. So now we're both out. So I admitted interest. I told him I was interested.
Okay. And you told him you were interested, and what was his response to that?
Excuse me. He said, well, I asked him, I said, well, what do you think about me? I can't remember the exact words. He was just like, I think you're a very beautiful woman, very genuine, and stuff like that. And when I told him I was interested, he was just like, well, we've never crossed that road, but I'm not necessarily opposed to it.
Okay.
So.
And then y'all went out.
Well, we went out weeks later, and I initiated that. I didn't call it a date because I figured, yeah, we're still friends right now. There's nothing established. I was just like, let's just hang out. This was maybe a month and a half, 2 months later. So then I was like, yeah, let's just hang out. And then he asked me questions like, well, what would you like to do? You want to go out to dinner? He was like, what's your idea of a date? What do you enjoy doing? So to me, I'm just like, okay, maybe we're going on a different level. Because I didn't say it was a date. He initiated as a date, if that makes sense.
Right. And then what did y'all do for the date?
So we were going to go out to dinner. Then I was just like, we went to the movies. We went to go see the new Michael Jackson movie.
Okay.
That's what we went to go do because he had never saw it. I actually had already saw it.
Okay. Is that all y'all did?
Yeah, and then we ended up, after the movie, we sat in my car and talked until like 2 a.m. It was wholesome. Nothing sexual happened at all. It was just a real good vibe.
Okay. And then what happened next? He told you that he sees you as a friend?
This was maybe a week later because I asked him, it's just like, hey, and he's known to be an inconsistent person, not a bad person, very good person, very genuine. But he's known to be inconsistent in dating or with people in general. So I didn't really, when you really like somebody, you don't process that until later. You really start to see the inconsistency. So I don't think it's just a thing with me. This is how he is with women and friends in general, just inconsistent.
Okay. How do you know that he has this like brand of being inconsistent?
My cousin is his.
Your cousin says what? You still there?
Oh, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm. You say
Oh, my cousin's husband is his best friend.
okay. So did you know that he was inconsistent before you try to connect with him romantically?
No, I didn't know until we had started talking consistently and I was already in.
Okay. Okay. And inconsistent how? What did you learn from your cousin's husband?
I would say, I don't know if I should say inconsistent. He doesn't know what he wants, but not in a way where he's like a bum or nothing like that. He just doesn't know what he really wants. And I think he blurs the lines, but I know I know I'm going to sound dumb, but I didn't learn that until after. I know he blurs lines. So one girl that he was talking to before me, he felt like romantic things that he was doing or things that he was doing for her was not romantic, it was just friendship. Like taking her out on dates, cooking for her, he's cleaning. He's cooking for her, he's buying her $80 perfume. So then she's like, well, what are we? And then he's like, oh, we're just friends. So it's frustrating when you think, you really like someone and then they blur those lines and then you feel like it's you. Like,
Was he
am I being slow? Am I being dumb?
Was he sleeping with her?
No.
How old is he?
30. We're the same age. He's 31.
31. Do you know how long ago his last relationship ended?
But I think basically she kind of did. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
What I did ask, what are we?
Say it again.
Sorry, my phone keeps ringing. I think she basically had the "what are we" conversation, and he shut it down, and that was that.
No, I'm just asking. Do you know how long ago he was in a relationship last?
Oh, his last relationship. I know they were together for years, and I know all of this because we went to church together for years. Like I know him.
How long ago was he with this woman?
I know it was sometime last year, October.
Okay. And he was
that's
with.
when I think they broke up sometime the end of last year, basically.
Okay, and they were together for how long, roughly?
I know they were on and off for years.
So, do you know roughly how many years?
I would say probably more than 5. I would say like 4 or 5.
Okay.
Like 5, I think.
All right. It just sounds like he's emotionally unavailable. Likely because his last relationship probably ended badly. If it was on and off, then that means it was toxic, right? Toxic relationships are on and off. What specific question did you have about this situation, though?
So I kind of want to know, was I delusional? Because I heard you earlier when you say don't pay attention to the comments, pay attention to you. But I saw where someone asked what made me think there was did I make it known to him that I wanted to be exclusive? So that's where my question comes from of am I being delusional? Because I told him I was interested. We're both looking for marriage, both ready for kids. That was a conversation we actually had.
I mean, but if you've known him for years, it doesn't make sense to me why you would find out from your cousin's husband of his reputation after you already start dealing with him. That sounds like something that you would ask before you start dealing with him.
Okay. Well, yeah. I kind of,
You did,
yeah,
right?
I guess so. I
Yeah,
guess so.
yeah. See, that's why they pay me the big bucks. You gotta tell the truth up here, because I'm gonna call it out every single time. So you knew it before. That's where you were delusional. You thought you were gonna be different. You're never different. Okay. So that's the first mistake. You made another one though. This is a more subtle one. It is not the feminine position for you to go up to a man and then let him know that you like him.
Okay.
Feminine position is to create an opening. Right? You create an opening in a multitude of different ways. Eye contact, smiling, right? Metaphorically dropping your handkerchief on the ground like they did in the 50s, right? But going up to someone and then just being like, I like you. What do you like? What do you like think about me? That to masculine men tends to be a little off-putting, right? Best case scenario, we tend to look at women like that as like, oh, this would be a little fun time. Worst case scenario, the assumption is you do that to a lot of men, and then we're just not interested because it's like, okay, you're approaching me, you don't know anything about me, so if you're approaching me like this, you probably approach a lot of guys like this. So now I'm good on that, right? Now, even if you didn't do that in this situation, your fate would have remained the same.
Okay.
So that's what I would change in your strategy. I would change not pursuing in that way. You can have a conversation, you can talk. Like I've used the example of women who I've dated on like social media who have like DM'd me first. They don't DM me like on some I'm interested. It's more so just casual conversation. Then
Well, it was
I take it
casual,
from
but it
there.
was subtle. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was still you showcasing interest. You even asking him what does he think about you, right? It's a little heavy handed.
Yeah.
It's a little heavy handed.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So the better approach would be, okay,
okay.
you just maybe have a conversation, maybe talk about church, and then see if he takes initiative. If he doesn't take initiative, then you don't do it. One of my moms, Hannah, she should be here. She Her way of approaching men is like asking for help. So if she's at a grocery store, she'll ask the man to get something from the top shelf. Right? She's creating an opening. Now he'll help her. And that also, first of all, it puts her in her feminine position. It polarizes the interaction. So it puts her in the feminine position because part of what it means to be feminine is to receive. So she's asking for help. She's receiving. And then he gets put in his masculine because he gets to be the problem solver there. Right? So it already polarizes the interaction. Then if the man is interested, he'll take the conversation further. If he's not interested, he'll simply meet her request and then go on about his day. If Hannah sees that he just helps her and then goes on about his day, she assumes disinterest.
Okay.
Right? So what a lot of women do is they'll do the Hannah maneuver and then he'll help and then they'll try to force a conversation. Like he doesn't get it. Like he didn't pick up on the hint. He likely did. Some guys are naive, but he likely did. Like if he wanted you, he probably would take that as an option. The scariest part of approaching women for guys is starting the conversation. So when you start the conversation, you've now removed the hardest part for them. It's much easier to continue the
Okay.
conversation, right? So that's the shift that you should make moving forward. That would be a bit more fruitful for you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you for that. I didn't realize it was such a not a bad thing, but not all. I mean, I know you're not supposed to go after a man, but I was trying to do something different.
All right.
So
I
I
get
get
it.
that now. I'll just stay in my place.
No, it'd be fruitful. There's no one teaching this kind of stuff. It used to like be passed down from generation to generation, but now everybody's so traumatized that that type of wisdom is replaced by like get him to pay your bills and that kind of advice. And this,
Right.
no.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so give that a try and let me know how it works out for you. Okay,
I sure will. Thank you so
no
much.
problem, dear. You take care. All right, that was a good conversation. Again, people, if you want your 1 hour coaching call, it's the icon right here. Hit that button below. Shoot me a message. I ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. Be advised, prices go up at the end of the month. End of the month. It's not staying in your place, just letting things come to you as a woman. Right. Right. Yeah, just taking the feminine position. It's not a weaker position. It's just, that's how attraction works, man. Attraction works similarly across all types of cultures. Right? So you got to know the dance of attraction. Nowadays, both men and women kind of have lost the dance. So people like me are needed to correct your footwork. It's like being taught how to wear a skirt. Right? Right. But then we would have to stay dancing. What do you mean? No, attraction is a dance. Right? Attraction is the initial phase. It's the initial phase. So many people do not know the dance. I need an older woman for a serious relationship. Why, Mr. Prince? Why an older woman? Why do you need an older woman for a serious relationship? They always say serious. As opposed to what? A non-serious relationship? Hello, Crystal.
What's going on, Coach?
Chilling, chilling. What you got going on?
So we had the conversation. I told you that I'll let you know what happened, what came of that. And so I got absolutely nowhere, stonewalled.
What'd you say to
I
me?
asked about when you had mentioned the whole, like, the women thing, so I brought up the little toy or whatever. That was a no-go.
Okay. What you said it was a no-go. What did he say?
He said, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
And then, I started the conversation off. I was trying to let him know that, I want him to know that, like, I ain't been on the hood. I don't have nobody, ready to tag in. But, like, and I tried to explain the best way I could, let him know that those realities of forever don't work as good as you think they do.
Oh, so he been popping the Cialis trying to get in there?
I mean, yeah, that's always been an option, but it doesn't work.
Can he get in there though?
I mean, well, yeah.
But
But when you do that, I'm talking 90 seconds here, sir.
right.
So
Got that gummy.
It's over before it starts.
Got that gummy bear.
Right.
Okay.
So then, I was like, well, like, where do we go from here? And he just was looking at me.
Well, he's unwilling to try, so
Right.
you got a decision to make, love. Y'all are how old again? How old are the two of you?
I'm 44 and he's 54.
44 and 54. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's an important. You still kind of in your sexual prime a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. I know you want to throw that ass. I know you want to throw that ass. But it's like it's you already had the conversation. You already tried, and he's telling you that, like, he's unwilling to meet you halfway.
Yeah.
So now you gotta decide, like,
Right, because I think that if I ask for the hard pass, and he says no, he might think that I'm gonna do it anyway.
100%. You open up his can of worms in a different way. You already got one worm to deal with. And then
Exactly.
and you're gonna open up a whole nother can of worms. If you ask for the hall pass.
No, I said I want to ask.
No, I'm saying if you did,
oh,
he not going for it. If he won't get the toy, he definitely not going for the hall pass. And then that's gonna make him suspicious.
Plant a seed of insecurity.
Right. Right.
And if you,
He
and
gonna he gonna go through that box of cigarettes, be like, you got too many missing. Who you smoking with? Right? Right? I counted 8 Newports in this motherfucker. There's 3 Newports left. Who you smoking with? That's fast. Right? So you got a decision to make, love. It's gonna be a hard one. This is a toughie. It's a toughie.
Okay, well, if I take the pass, whether it's offered or not, I'll keep you in the loop.
Oh yeah, how long y'all been together, by the way?
14 years.
Ooh, married?
Yeah,
Oof.
14.
Oof. And you've been supporting him through prostate cancer and everything.
Yeah, like I told you though, 2019 I was in a coma for a month, and when I woke up, I couldn't move my arms, legs, or nothing, so I basically was a baby.
And he took care of you.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Came every day to see me afterward, yeah.
Yeah, it's rough, man, because y'all have supported one another, and this is a need, and I'm sure you wearing your toys out.
And you know what? And I haven't though, Doc. That's the
Really?
weird thing about it.
See,
Like,
I would have assumed you running through Duracells like it's nobody's business.
Listen, trust me, I would have thought so too. I kind of think God was helping me with the urge though, because like for 3 years, the first 3 years, I honestly it didn't even bother me, to be honest.
Okay. It's been that long? It's been 3 years?
4.
4 years.
Yeah.
Ooh. And this is something that 100% does not get better.
No.
Yikes. Okay, give me a second to think. I want to see if there's a better option.
Just the only other thing is some other medicine. It costs $600 bottle, and so I said that that's something that could be an option.
I think the card that you play, don't just go out and cheat on him.
Okay.
That'll make things worse. You gotta draw a line in the sand, because he's unwilling to try because he don't think you're going anywhere. So I don't think it's really making sense to him how serious of an issue this is. So this is where you gotta like say, you know, this is a need for me. I've already told you what the situation is, but to be honest, I'm thinking about like possibly separating, since we can't see eye to eye on this, right? That will make him become aware of like the severity of the issue.
Oh, okay, that is serious.
Right. That will make him become aware of the severity of the issue. And then you see what he does with it.
I'm sorry, what did you say? I said it's the coach, RJ. It says coach. Relationship coach.
Nurse Tori, he's not, the sickness is gone.
Huh? I'm on TikTok live, RJ. Why are you coming in here bothering me? Okay. Well, as you can hear, Coach, this is going left, so. Okay. I'm about to coach it out. Yeah, so that doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, that's how I would play it. That's how I would play it. So you give that a try and see what happens. But it's like the hall pass conversation is not going to go the way you think it is, and then doing the other thing you was thinking about doing is also a very risky move. That's not going to go
right
the way you think it is. You have to find a way to communicate the severity of the issue. Okay. Okay.
I think what you said about the separation might be a good starting point with that conversation
Mm-hmm.
and the severity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 'cause y'all probably never had a conversation like that before, and that'll probably be like, oh shit, she's serious. At least you gotta communicate.
Yeah.
You gotta communicate that you're serious, and you also have to be willing to execute on that too. It can't be a bluff. You have to like really mean that. And it sounds like you're getting to that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Crystal. Well, best of luck, love. All right.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Take care. Let's get some eyes on Crystal. And if any of y'all work at the corner store selling her the Newports, I need y'all to keep an eye on her tonight. I don't know what RJ got planned, but it doesn't sound good. Does not sound good. Danny boy, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Chilling.
I just finished hosting a speed dating event. My
Hey.
goodness, summer's coming.
Big turnout?
Yeah, we had some pressure come out tonight.
Turned a Porky Pig? What was that?
I need to get CJ, both Bobbies, Isaac, Knuckles. We gotta get them flown out here. Get 'em
Word.
hooked up. My God.
That's Charlotte.
We gotta get them out here. Meet some of these ladies.
Yeah, CJ, you in the chat? You hear what Bobby just said, man? He said you gotta come through.
Yeah, we gotta get them to come out. There were a pair of sisters that came.
Uh-huh.
Mexican and Italian. My people. Golly. Golly,
Whoa.
I didn't know we looked so good.
I ain't never heard Danny like this. Danny's excited. Danny is excited.
Makes me
right.
want to break my own rules. Ah, gosh. I'm in Charlotte, Bobby. We gotta get you out here. We gotta get you out here to clean house.
Right,
I
right.
can't handle all this pressure by myself. I need the cavalry.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
But it was a good night. Made
That's
some
what's up.
money. Met some people. Yeah.
How big of a turnout was it?
We had 10 women and 8 men. I sold 12 and 12. Sold out. So I'm getting paid, but turnout, we had almost everyone pop out. So
That's what's up. So are you no longer thinking of revamping it?
staying consistent. It's tough to scale up. I do want to eventually go into more social, static environment stuff, but it's a good season to host dating events because more people are coming out of the woodworks.
Mm-hmm.
And I have noticed a lot more people are getting tired of the apps, so it's just what's bringing them out to these events. So
Really? Do you like
Yeah.
do you like ask them questions like that to see what motivated them to come out?
yeah, I'll do that. I'll mix it up between some bantering and then just asking them questions to kind of learn what I can do,
Okay.
or why they're out. You know, just get a little intel. And yeah, a lot of them they're trying to meet people, but they don't want to use the apps anymore. So they're looking at stuff like this, and they're exploring other kind of, I guess, what we call static environment. This is more of a dynamic environment,
Right.
but more static environments and stuff. So,
How are you advertising it?
am I advertising it? I use advertisements on Eventbrite, and I use Instagram. I post up there, and I do some advertising, and I tweak the demographic so it kind of aims for the age group I'm looking at in Charlotte, to the best of the algorithm's ability to pick up on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we could talk, I guess, more businessy stuff, like what I'm spending versus what I'm making. Because I do need to call you soon. We gotta chit chat about some other things, but
All right.
I can kind of give you the business numbers then. Definitely not something you do if you're trying to be a millionaire, but it's a nice little side gig. And if you're looking for some cash and you're trying to connect with people,
Right.
it's not that hard to do.
Ah, that's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see the turnout was big like that, and that you got
Yeah.
some pressure in the building. You know, that's what I'm
Mhm.
talking about. You should stream it on TikTok or something.
I do need to get a schedule on with that. I took a break after my exams, and then I got sick. My throat, something else I forgot to tell you about, but yeah, like my throat's still recovering from that, but there's personal reasons why my recovery is taking so long. But I'll try to stream at least on Sundays.
No, I mean like stream the dating event.
Oh, yes, I was just thinking about that. I'm probably gonna buy, because I use my phone for the timer and stuff. I might pick up an iPad and start streaming them. Just prop it up somewhere. Because it's not a bad idea, especially when the turnout's great. I can answer questions and kind of pull people that way if I do it on Instagram.
Right. Yeah, I told you I still got to pop out on you real quick. I might swing through, not participating, but I will come for moral support. You need like a co-host or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind helping out.
Because honestly, I'm not participating. Like, I don't have a card or anything, but I'll just, like, especially today, because a couple guys couldn't make it. I would just sit in on the gaps and just chit chat with whoever's just sitting still, so they're not idle for a round. And that's how I kind of get information or chop it up. It gives me a chance to meet all the ladies, and I'll chat with the gentlemen during like intermission or check-in. So I make an effort to meet everyone. I
won't do that either, but I'll MC it if you need an MC.
You're too powerful. I understand.
I'll MC it. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying. I don't want no problems. I ain't trying to get involved at all. But I do want to come through.
I feel you because I'm learning. I'm getting very good at this game. I'm getting very good at it. I'm getting a lot of practice.
Right.
Just doing this, and I realized today I was like, I gotta be careful because I might ruin impressions for other guys, especially if they underdress or they're not as
I didn't even consider that. Confident. Yeah, I didn't even consider that. The contrast. Yeah.
Right. A couple of them I noticed on the card, they wrote my name, checked it anyways. So, and I'm starting to see more of those on the matching cards. So I gotta be careful. I can't let too much of this spark out, you know.
Right. Ani said, "Did you wear the blue shiny shirt?" Which is hilarious. I know exactly what shirt she's talking about.
I should. I probably need to nerf myself. I should pop out in shirts like that. These events, you know, give these guys a chance, a fighting chance.
That's that freshly licked Jolly Rancher shirt. Yeah. No, but that'd be dope, man.
That might be the ultimate validation test, is if I can still pull with the Jolly Rancher tee.
Right.
The Jolly Rancher fit.
We need to get all the
mod. I can nerf myself and still be successful. But that's a dark road to go down for validation.
So there's no competition there for you then. For real.
Other than the pretty boys, no. It's not. There's obviously a couple guys that just look good, and they will always do well at these events. And then there's the socially charismatic guys that will do well, but that's usually one or two guys. There is kind of a bell curve. You get like the couple attractive guys, couple guys that are just foobar. They're fucked. You just know when they walk in. And then you get kind of the average guys, the in-between, that will get maybe one or two. But the good-looking guys will always do very well. And or like the charismatic guys, they'll get some matches. But yeah, I'm kind of on the upper side of that bell curve now.
Okay. My man.
Consistently getting 2 to 3 interests at least.
So that's the kind of results you would look for if someone's on the upper end of that bell curve?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Most women will select 1 or 2 men at these events. They're not checking every box. Men will check like as many boxes as they like, but most women will check 1, maybe 2 boxes of all the men they meet. So they're being very selective. Mm-hmm. So if you're being selected consistently, even if it's more than 1 or 2 times, you're doing pretty well at these events. Something to keep in mind for any of the gentlemen that are participating. But yeah, just having some decent social skills, dressing up, grooming up, you'll do pretty well at some of these events. Be told, it doesn't take much. And
Okay.
if you're really social, you're gonna clean house.
Right. Right.
Um,
Chat. Who
it's
popping out to Danny's speed dating? What days do you do it?
so I do one event in the middle of the month, and I do this event on the last Friday of every month. So I already have one posted up. I got to post this one's for next month now because I stagger them so people aren't buying tickets at later days. They're buying the recent ones. So I'm filling the seats, but twice a month. Essentially every 2 weeks at this point.
Maya says she going. Philly says she going. She says smell good.
To answer your question, Snow Bunny, usually these events are going to be better than dating apps. Obviously, like static environments are like the gold standard, but I would call this like the silver. This is like a dynamic environment. People are spending money to come to these events, and they're usually oriented more towards a serious relationship. They're
Right.
investing a bit more to meet people
Right.
in a romantic capacity. So, way better than dating apps, for sure. But I agree with Marquette. The gold standard is going to be static environments, finding a place you can visit frequently. Because actually, one of the girls that came to this event is someone I met at another static environment with a social group and a friend group. I met her a few years back. She's good looking too. If you're, into Africans. Cute Nigerian girl. But, yeah, she played rugby too. That's how we hit it off. But, the static environments are going to be the way to go long term. You're going to build on that. But yeah, if you're trying to meet people romantically and you don't want to be on the apps, check out some dating events.
All right.
Spend a little cash. You're investing in yourself.
What's the price point on that? If you don't mind sharing. If it's sensitive,
I
you don't have to.
priced mine at $25 a ticket, and
Okay.
after Eventbrite fees, it's like $28, which is not bad because a lot of these events are gonna be like $45.
I was about to say, it's not like
I keep
you're undercharging. I would probably charge a little more.
Eventually, I've been building up to it. I started at like $15 a ticket, so prices have gradually gone up. And once I get to a place where like tickets are selling out consistently, I'll move the price up. Because if you go too high, you get like half your tickets sold, and you have to account for no shows and such, and then you end up not getting enough participants, and then that affects your reviews, and then your reviews get affected for people. So I have to stage it very slowly, very gradually, essentially kind of earning the price.
Right.
But it's been slowly coming up for sure.
What's the upper limit of what you can make doing that?
Well, there's definitely better ventures to go on if you're looking to make lots of money. But I would say if I'm selling tickets well, I'm making about $1,000-$1,200 profit a month.
That's not bad.
Very much side gig cash.
Right.
It's not bad. But I do everything by myself. So graphics, marketing, hosting, even the matching cards here. I use ChatGPT to help organize and prepare the mail merge, but I still have to punch in all the spreadsheet information.
Right.
And do all that. So there's still a bit of labor that's accounted for all that, which very much makes it a part-time job. But
Right.
I'd rather be doing that than mowing the lawns. So
What's up? Yeah. That's dope, man. Keep it up. We're gonna have some people pop through.
hey, let me know.
Maya said she down.
Yeah, we gotta get y'all out here, get y'all matched up. All right. Well, I'll let you get back to the shareholders. I know they're ready for another juicy call.
All right, bro.
All right.
Be easy.
We'll talk soon. I'll call soon.
Yes, sir. Main man Danny, D Money. So who we said coming to the Charlotte event? Who going to his speed dating event? I've been telling Danny that I'm going to come through. I might help him promote it whenever I come through. Do a couple of story posts and whatnot. Get some more folks out there. Help my guy out a little bit. Ugh. Do I want to take any more calls? I don't know. Should I confess that I've developed feelings for her sister? Yeah, he should. Yep, 100%. Do that. It's me from earlier. Found a call from the live this morning. The Holy Spirit really spoke through you. Thanks. Appreciate you, love. I'm glad to see that that helped you. I'm not too far from Georgia. I'm in Tampa. Yeah, come through. Y'all let me know when y'all going through to Charlotte. We'll plan a whole live get together at Danny's speed dating event. Before I start traveling, doing seminars and whatnot. Hannah, you popping out? I'm serious, y'all. Y'all let me know when y'all want to do it. I'll come through. Gotta buy tickets from Danny though. Gotta buy tickets from Danito. Or if you guys make your way to the tri-state area, although NC isn't too far. Right, whenever I do go on the road, Danny got to come through with me. You know what I mean? It's my partner in crime right there. Danny got to come through. Danny's funny as shit. People don't understand how funny Danny is. Danny's funny as shit. He's funny when he's trying to be funny, but he's funnier when he's not trying to be funny. All right. Hannah, you coming through? So how do you progress in a relationship where no boundaries were installed but want better? You got to renegotiate. You got to start establishing boundaries. Talking about like how the relationship needs to deepen and change. My coach talks about this. You know, he's married. I'm not married. So I learned a lot of marriage approaches from him because I yet to have that experience. I understand it conceptually, but it's different when you're going through the experience, right? He was like every 7 years. Like every 7 years, your cells like renew is the wrong word. Who's like a biological person here in the biology? You know what I'm talking about. Every 7 years, it's that cycle you go through. He was saying that relationships are no different. It's like every 7 years, there's like a rebirth that happens, a renewal that needs to occur. Campaign roses is crazy. All your students show up to date and you on site, coach. Or I gotta have some of my clients pop out. Our male clients are all over the place, man. I'm still trying to see how to structure this business now that I take women on too. I've had so many like agencies reach out trying, we'll do this for you. Slapping me over the head with like these big crazy ass prices. Like you pay $6,800 up front for the year. And then we'll do this, that, and the third. I'm like, bro, get the fuck off my dick. No. Absolutely not. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We all pre-purchase and it becomes a hangout. No, you gotta participate. I'm not participating. Nope. Can't do that, unfortunately. But I'll MC it for sure. Man say he ain't want no African. The funny thing is, Danny dates Africans exclusively. I know Danny's dating history. That's why this shit was so funny to me. Because he was like, if someone who heard it the first time was like, was that racist? No, it's not. He wasn't. He loves black women. Danny loves black women. African women, African American women. Yes, he does. Big fan. Big fan. Are you saying that if a woman is interested in a man, the woman should start the conversation? Not should. Could start the conversation. If she is willing to start the conversation, just don't approach in a masculine way where you're just revealing your interest. Feminine is more like indirect. It's not so like on a mission. That's more masculine, right? Just create the opening. I feel like there are mostly women here, so it won't be much dating happen. There's a lot of guys in this live. They're just not active in the chat. I look at the 70% women in this live. So there's men here. They just don't talk as much. Because y'all scare them away with your constant judgments in the chat. Conversations end up bad. I don't know how to make it work without sounding bad. I mean, if you need help navigating that love, you can always get your 1-hour coaching call. This icon right here, there's a button that looks like it at the bottom of the screen. Hit that, shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. Prices go up at the end of the month. So if you need help communicating that to your husband, I can certainly help you. You think short guys have a chance? For sure. I have some short clients who crush it. Do you think sending a man a drink is too much? Yeah, that's too much, for sure. A little too much. I don't see any men in the chat. They're not in the chat. They're watching the live. Most people who watch this live don't actively engage in the chat. Like, I'm looking at them now. There's a lot of people just watching this live. They're not like actually in the chat engaging. You know that people who engage actively on social media tend to be more narcissistic? Interesting, isn't it? Interesting. Not as narcissistic as people who post. But the vast majority of people don't say anything on social media. They just look at other people. And then there's people who are like, well, my voice needs to be heard, so I'm going to blah, 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 blah. And then there's people where it's like, I should start the conversation, right? Like, it kind of correlates. But the vast majority of people, they don't say anything at all in any context. They don't make videos, and they don't actively say anything in the comment section or the chat. They just watch. Someone asked CJ how tall he is. CJ, you don't have to. I was about to say, CJ, you don't have the answer for that. And I just immediately saw you say tall enough. That's the right answer. You can say like we're the same height laying down. There's a lot of variations you can say to get past that shit. But yeah. Do you think sprinkle type advice is bad advice? It's certainly not helpful. It's like the female equivalent to the red pill. Meaning it's a zero-sum game. So the advice is given with the intention for the women to win and the man loses. Just like the red pill gives men advice for men to win and the woman loses, right? It doesn't consider the type of dynamic that creates over time. It's very corrosive. There's a lot of rot in the foundation. So it's not a good thing. Do you want another call? If you see a good one, Eva. Let's observe. It's the only live. Comfortable chatting in. What do you have people who watch other lives? How is this live different from other lives you've watched? I'm curious. It doesn't have to be like dating focused, just any live that you find yourself in. What y'all don't realize is Shira gives the advice. High price escorts been given for years. Right, yeah. It's like sex worker advice for sure. It's the only live I watch, to be honest. Nice. You don't do battles? Right. More relatable and you're funny. I appreciate you. Content, educational. Well, at first you made me mad, so I stayed to get to know you. I'm glad your opinion probably has changed. Actually, good advice. Appreciate you. They focus on the battles a lot. I get DMs from like agencies to do battles all the time. All the time. I'm like, so that's how these people are keeping their businesses afloat. They're doing battles. You can make some bread off battles. There's not a negative thing at all. Like, do what you need to do. I just would want to hop off the tallest building on the planet if I had to do it. People who engage with each other and welcome away, nice. I usually don't get in people's lives if they're just talking. Okay. Conversations more emotionally intelligent, millennial-esque. Please never do battles. I told you, if you ever see me doing battles, appreciate you, Kate. Things have gone extremely wrong. Mods are loyal to you. That matters. My mods are my people, man. The mods are my friends. Like, real deal Holyfield. We still have to do the mod, get together. Danny is supposed to be putting that together. So, we'll see if they follow through. What's wrong with battles? Nothing's wrong with battles. Nothing at all. I just don't want to do them. I have zero interest in them. How did you get your mods? They volunteered to be moderators. And they've been rocking with me for a minute. So, as my business grows, I'm going to find more ways to, include them. Like I just said, if I do the seminar, I will 100% take Danny with me on that. Find other ways to get everyone else involved. Like if they have certain skills. Like y'all know I was hiring a clipper recently. None of my mods know how to clip shit. So I had to outsource that. And I hired a clipper I used to work with. I was trying to get someone from the live to clip, but everyone was so slow to respond to messages, which means I can't work with you. Because if you're that slow to respond to me, then you're going to be that slow to respond to me asking you about work. So had to go to Old Faithful, guy overseas. Lives can be loud and overstimulating, but this one's chill. Okay, nice. I don't really watch lives like that, but Danny is busy. Danny is busy. Danny is busy. All right, I'll take another call real quick. See if Teresa is still here. Hello.
Am I on?
You are.
Oh.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good. What can I do for you?
Sorry, you can hear my dog in the background. But I was the one that asked you about the sprinkle advice that you said it's not good.
Uh-huh.
I feel like all the dating advice now is like, if he's not spending money on you, like he hates you, he's gonna cheat on you, he's gonna spend money on someone else.
Right.
And I feel conflicted about that. I'm like, is that true? I don't know.
It's not true. It's not true. Men typically, we're in a very weird spot because both men and women are defensive because there's so much content educating us on the worst the worst qualities of the opposite sex. It's like a
Yeah,
lot
like
of,
there's like fear mongering on both
right,
sides.
on both sides. So both parties are very apprehensive to open up. Everyone's afraid of opening up. Everyone's afraid to be vulnerable because everyone's afraid of being taken advantage of at some point and looking stupid.
Yeah, I feel like I could relate to that. So I get like the advice on both sides is so like differing. I'm like, damn, who do I listen to? I don't know.
Here's a very helpful heuristic. I made a video on this. Listen to this isn't like listen to me. This can apply to anyone else that you listen to. If the advice makes you a better person, it's probably worthwhile.
Yeah, I feel like I do try to stick to that, but then I get worried. I'm like, what if I'm being too nice and like, you know?
What's wrong? Like, okay, so what problem has that created for you? Have you experienced being too nice?
Like, I don't know, I just get worried, like, I'm being too nice, and, like, I'm like, what if dudes are, like, playing in my face, and I'm being too nice? But then I might be too cold.
What does being too
And they're
nice? What does being too nice mean?
like, I'm not, I'm not the type to really be, like, talking to someone every day. Like, I really don't care what you're doing. But also I'm single, so I guess I would feel different if I was, like, with somebody. But, I don't know. I just, like, I'm very chill. Like, I really don't be tripping about anything, really. I just don't care.
Right, but the question was, what does being too nice? Like, what does that mean to you?
Oh, like, being too nice, like, I should be more strict, maybe.
Okay.
Like, stop being so chill. I don't know.
Okay. So when you deal with men, do you not have any boundaries?
I definitely have boundaries. Maybe I'm, like, overthinking stuff.
Probably.
I don't know.
Do you tend to overthink in other areas of life?
I definitely do. I feel like I'm always, like, playing chess in my head, and I'm like, it's not literally chess, but you know what I'm saying, like,
Yeah, that's overthinking again.
stuff. Like, so sometimes I'm like, am I taking things too far? I don't know.
Possibly. Yeah, some of the advice I give is like you want to live in the present moment, right? You want to live in the present moment. That's where all the magic happens. A lot of people, you have to give up on this tendency to try to control. So your overthinking is downstream from a desire to control the outcome.
Yeah.
You have to let go of that.
Yeah, like, if I don't care, you can't hurt my feelings. But then if I'm being cold, it's not going to go anywhere because I'm probably hurting their feelings.
So you have to let go of control, and you have to be willing to be hurt.
I'm like, damn. That is true. That is true.
Right, because you can't connect with someone if you're guarded, right? And if you let your guard down, you're vulnerable. You're an open target. So I've told clients they have to replace those walls that they have up with discernment, right? See, walls are very effective with preventing pain, but they also prevent connection. So you have to replace them with discernment. So be able to leverage discernment and have that be your protective mechanism. Just make better decisions on who you deal with.
Yeah, I feel like I'm, like,
Go ahead.
talking to someone that's like that. He's the same way where he, like, has his guard up. He doesn't want to get his feelings hurt. So he's, like, he's pulling back and then I'm pulling back. And then,
Right.
like, he overthinks stuff and I overthink stuff.
Right.
And I'm like,
That's the data market. You're unlikely to find people in this current data market who aren't guarded. I haven't found one person who's not guarded. Everyone's guarded. Everyone is. It's
yeah,
just,
so I'm like, oh, even though I do it too, I'm like, this is so irritating. Like,
but someone has to go first.
yeah. Well, like, a specific example I could give you, like, he kept making jokes about me paying all his bills. And, like, I told him I didn't like that joke. And he got so mad at me. Like, he was like, I didn't say it, like, disrespectfully or nothing. I just told him, like, what did I say? I said, like, I don't like that joke. Like, it gives me the ick. So I wasn't accusing him of nothing. I wasn't insinuating anything. I just said I don't like it.
Yeah, the ick is what did it. in that situation.
That's what I said. And then he got so mad at me. He was like, it's just words. Like, you're taking things too far. Like, it's just a joke. Then he was like trying to act like he's like done with me. But every time he gets mad at me, he does that. Like, he'll say something along the lines of like good luck with everything, like sounding like he's done with me. And then he's not done with me. But I never like react to it. Like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, how are you gonna be done with me? Da-da-da, and like crying. I just ignore it. I'm like, whatever. Like, you're not gonna be done with me over that. But I'm like, I don't feel like I said anything wrong because I don't like that joke.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay. You didn't say anything wrong, but there is something to be said about having a bit more finesse. So like I said, the whole ick part of that statement is what made him react that way, because men hear ick and they hear rejection. That's why he reacted so strongly, because he felt rejected when you said the word ick. You just said like, hey, I don't like jokes like that. That's more like boundary or standards, right? And you probably wouldn't like that either, but he probably wouldn't react so strongly. It's the whole, like, it gives me the ick, is like, I'm rejecting you. Now I'm looking at you like you're less attractive to me. That's why he reacted so strongly to it.
Like, me saying ick made it sound like I'm saying that I'm done with him? Like, you think that's how he took it?
Yeah, like like he turned you off a little bit. Like, he's a turn off. It's like how
But
he
that joke
received it.
that joke does make me feel like that. So that's why I told him I don't like it. Because I wanted to give him the opportunity to stop saying that. Because normally...
But here's the thing. You don't have to communicate everything you feel, right? So you could just say like, I don't like that. That's it.
Okay, and just like leave it at that.
Yeah, that's it. That's all that was needed.
That makes sense. I didn't think that he would react so badly to that. Like, I didn't think I would say anything like bad.
Right. Yeah, didn't say anything bad, but it's just a matter of like how he received it. But yeah, that's it. But any other like big questions you have, big concerns as it pertains to dating and relationships?
I feel like this specific guy, I feel like he's kind of shy and he's like scared of rejection. So I feel like he like reacts strongly to like the smallest little things. And I'm like, I don't know if that's like a red flag or if I'm like overthinking things.
He reacts strongly how? What does he do specifically?
I think like a different example I could give you was like last year on my birthday. Like 2 weeks before my birthday, he asked me when it was. But he didn't say, oh, we're going to go out, we're going to do anything. He just asked me when it was. So I was like, okay, like, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. And then the day of, he was calling me, like, to go out for my birthday. And I'm like, huh? Like, I made other plans. Like, we didn't talk about this. Like, what? And then I told him, like, I have plans already. I can come after, or I can see you the next day. And he's like, okay, come the next day. And then the next day, we were supposed to go out for dinner. So I was like getting ready. And then he was like, oh, I'm tired. Like, let's just do something chill instead. And I'm like, huh? Like, on my birthday? Like, no. Like, we could do something chill like all the other days of the year, but not this specific day. Like, no. And then I just didn't go at all. And then he got so mad at me and he was acting like he wasn't going to talk to me anymore. And I'm like, it's not that serious. Like,
How long have y'all been dealing with each other?
I've known him for like almost 3 years now.
So like y'all have been dealing with each other romantically for 3 years?
Yeah, I would say so. Well, I know it's kind of weird. It doesn't make sense because I think I asked you about him before one time. You probably don't remember it, but I met him on Tinder like 3 years ago.
Okay.
Not together, but then he'd be acting like my boyfriend. So I'm like, huh? And then he wants to be loyal to him, but I'm single.
What did I tell
And
you when
then,
you called in before? Did
another
what
example, I could think just got a new car recently, and he got mad at me. Like, he was like, how come you didn't? So,
can you hear me?
wait, sorry, say that again? I think
Okay,
it cut out.
this is delayed. When you called in before about him, what did I tell you?
You told me that he was irrational and they're irrational.
Did I tell you anything to do in this situation?
With him being irrational?
Yeah, did I tell you like what to do?
I don't think I understand the question. Sorry, say that again?
Did I tell you any like how to proceed with the connection?
That's a good question. I honestly don't remember. The only thing I remember you saying, was that he's irrational and like don't be worried about what irrational people do.
Okay. Okay. Well, this would be something to leave. If you've been seeing him for 3 years and y'all aren't in a relationship, y'all are both effectively wasting each other's time.
Yeah, but I don't want a boyfriend, so that doesn't really bother me.
Okay. So what are you complaining about?
Well, I was saying if like I don't care about having a boyfriend, but I'm like I don't know if these are like red flags or I'm overthinking stuff.
What are you can't red flags assume that you want an actual connection. If you don't want him
I
to be
mean
your
like
boyfriend,
events.
if you don't want him to be your boyfriend, then there's no conversation about red flags.
Oh, like it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. No, you don't want anything with him, so there's no need to even look at red flags. What are you looking at red flags for?
I mean, I'm fine with it eventually, but not right now.
No, that doesn't work.
Like, do you think it has to be now or never, or
No, you
I
have
don't know how
to
that
you have to
works.
realize why you don't want a relationship, but then also want a relationship.
Um, well, I don't feel like I'm wanting both at the same time, but I don't know, maybe I'm irrational too.
Yeah, it sounds like it. I don't. I'm starting to think that you and him are the same person. Like you just throw a wig on
That's what,
and then start
you know
doing
what's
this
funny?
shit in the mirror.
You know what's funny? I be telling him that same thing. I'm like, we both have the same screw missing in our head. Like, we have the same thing wrong with us.
No, I mean like I don't think he exists at all. You might have a split personality, love. You can
Oh,
talk
no,
about
no, no,
yourself.
that's crazy.
Okay. So yeah, I mean this is really a waste of time, love. You have some thinking to do. I would take all this thinking that you're doing about this connection and put it inward and ask yourself, what do you want?
I think, so the mentality that I have is that I'm single or I'm married, but I feel like I'm too young to be married. So it's like, you have to like date and get to know people.
No, somebody who would stay in this situation with no commitment for you for 3 years is not someone who's going to be your husband.
Like, do you think it's just like he's like commitment phobic, or we both are?
I
Or
think both of y'all have a deeper issue for sure.
I think so too. Like, honestly,
But we'll talk later, love. I wish you the best though. All right. You
I
take care.
appreciate it.
All right. I feel like we need a prayer circle for Teresa. We need a prayer circle for old Teresa. Amaya, you fed up? Well, best of luck. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that one. Don't know how to answer that one. She's not the only person I've heard who said she's either single or married, meaning like she doesn't do. I don't know if that's what she meant, But there was another woman who was like, I don't do relationships. It's like I'm either single or like I'm married. What the hell are you talking about? I hang up on people like that. That shit annoys me. It's like point. Okay, I want you to point to someone who had that situation. I know what she means. There are people who think that way. No, there's cultures who do that, right? Like from the Muslim callers that we have say that Muslims do not, they don't do boyfriend and girlfriend, right? But they vet one another. I mean, there's a process. So like you can certainly do that, but it needs to tie into a larger cultural system. You can't just be out here with freestyling that shit. That approach is not going to work for you. Ain't no worldly person going to listen to you be like, I'm either single or I'm married. Check. No. That's when you go to the bathroom and then hop out the window. And she's sitting at the table like, oh, you've been in the bathroom for a long time. You're already at home watching Netflix. Has that happened to anyone in the chat? Have any of you either like had someone ditch a date or have been stood up before on a date? I'm curious. I was stood up on a date fresh out of high school. My high school crushes. Her name was Brianna. Brianna was 6 feet tall. She used to joke and say she was 5'12". Beautiful girl. Friend zoned me though. Interesting thing, didn't start off friend zoning me. Started off feeling me for real, and then I ended up getting friend zoned. And I didn't think this was possible. I missed my window. She must have got the ick, probably. Yep, left a dude at the movie theater. You left him at the movie theater? Why? Did he know you left him? Or was he sitting there in the credits roll like, where did Crystal go? I've been ghosted. Everybody's been ghosted, for sure. What attachment style have you healed from? Anxious. Anxious attachment. Almost fist fought. What the fuck is this? Why people send voice memos? I don't know. It's just annoying. Almost fist fought a date at the movies. Why are all these bad experiences happening at the movies? Why did you almost fist fight him, Hannah? A guy left me at dinner. Another guy ended up paying the bill next to my table. Okay. What did you do? Snow Bunny, what did you do? Couldn't do it? Why couldn't you do it, Crystal? I left a guy at dinner. He took me to a baseball game earlier. The date wasn't going well. The date was going well, but he kept drinking. Oh. He ended up telling me it was because he was so nervous. Okay. So, what did you do again? Did you leave him there? So, did you tell him you were leaving, or did you just leave? He got mad I wouldn't let him fill me up, so he started yelling at me in the movie. All right, Hannah, where are you meeting these guys? That's a question I have for you. Where'd you meet them? This certainly was not your average normal guy. Where did you meet him? Men stay yelling at me. I don't know what the fuck it is. All right, we gotta unpack that, Hannah. Why you've not gotten your coaching call yet? We gotta unpack that. We gotta unpack that for sure. I didn't say anything 20 minutes into the movie. Went to the bathroom, then tipped. But what did he do, Crystal? That's what I need to know. What did he do that turned you off so much? I haven't had any bad dates like that. I told y'all the coffee shop story. That's like the worst I got. And the catfish story. Do I have any others? I haven't really had any bad dates, to be honest with you. I haven't been on enough dates to have good stories. The croissant date. Yeah, the croissant date. Yeah. Alright. This motherfucker better be a paying client because he's blowing my shit up right now and I don't like it. I'll just check that later. I feel like he's an alcoholic, but I don't know. And I met him at the gym too. I had one that was 3 years ago. Haven't been on a date since. What happened 3 years ago? What happened 3 years ago? Now I'm curious. He was trying to get fresh. He wanted to tap that ass, huh? That's what happened. I don't have any bad ones either. I had a guy ask me to marry him for papers after our date. Wow. After the first date? What an ask. We were in the parking lot, just finished axe throwing. People have spoken, tell us about the croissant date. Another time. I'll tell y'all about that tomorrow. Most of the chat already heard that story a couple of times, actually. That's crazy. Well, y'all are making me feel like I'm very fortunate. I don't have anything that bad. People say I'm too strict, but is that a thing? Yeah, being too strict is a thing. Like not knowing when to give grace for things. How do you recommend staying in your feminine but reciprocating interest? I mean, I would need like an example of you feeling like you're not doing that. You know? Like you can reciprocate interest. Like if I text you, you text me back, right? If I ask you on a date, you go on the date. If you know those little things I like, you do those little things that I like, right? I remember I told this woman one time, I had thoughtfulness really works on me. Thoughtfulness and what else? Someone I was dating, she showed me a picture of her and her daughter at like Disney World years ago. I was, I like that dress. She had a real nice dress on. And like a month later, We went on a date. She came to my house, and she had the dress on. And I was like, "Is that a dress from Disney World?" She was like, "Yeah, you said you liked it." Little shit like that. Little shit like that is appreciated. The same way that I tell guys that like the bar is low for men, it's low for women too. The bar is very low for both sexes. You can outdo your competition because everyone's fucking weird nowadays. A lot of men are weird. A lot of women are weird too. Okay? It's not in vogue to say a woman is weird, but there's a lot of weirdo women out there. So it's a little bit, man. When I think about like the little bit of things that like leave an impression on me, it's like it really ain't hard. It's really not difficult. He cut his hair and got some waves out there. I mentioned I like waves. Yeah, little stuff like that goes a long way for people. You know, it's something I still remember to this day. That same woman that I was talking about, right? There was negative qualities too. Batshit crazy. Huh? Batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. She would tell you that she's batshit crazy. She would tell you she's batshit crazy while making the sound of a bat. She would do that. So, nuts. But thoughtful. I remember early on we were dating, she like would quote some of my I used to make skits. I grew my social media account originally from making skits. And she would quote some of them. I was like, "Oh, you remembered, right?" Makes an impression. Makes an impression. There's a lot of people can't be bothered with what you got going on. Men and women both complain about this shit. There's a lot of people who are self-focused. They're just self-obsessed. They don't care about what you got going on. They only want to share what they got going on. Right? I tend to cut those people off. I have very low tolerance for that. It's annoying to me. But look how easy that is. Just ask somebody about, like, they mentioned something a couple of days ago and you follow up about it. You follow up on it. Just to show that you remembered what y'all talked about. You see what I'm saying? Like, little shit like that, man. People are, especially here in the West, people are so narcissistic. They don't even realize how narcissistic they are. It's just a part of the culture to be narcissistic. I'm old enough to remember when people used to like feel a bit of shame for taking selfies. They would like just feel a little bit of shame. They didn't want you seeing them take selfies. And you go to the gym now, like people, they have no shame about that shit. I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying like it's shifted, right? It's shifted. People be embarrassed if they saw you seeing, like, you know, a few years ago, about a decade ago, people be embarrassed if you witnessed them taking a selfie. Now it's like, it's not even a thought, right? It's a very narcissistic culture. It's like, what am I getting? People are always looking at what they're getting. They don't think about what they can give. Right? What am I getting? I want this. Me. I want. That's all they're focused on. People like that are insufferable, and unfortunately, that's most people. It's most people. And they don't even realize it. All right, I'm getting sleepy now. If you want your 1 hour coaching call, this icon right here, hit that button below. Shoot me a message. I'll ask you about your situation. If I can help you, I will send you a link to book your call. Sorry, Maya, you're late. We're wrapping up now, unfortunately. Prices go up at the end of the month. So in what, 2 days? 2 days. So I would act sooner than later. Also, YouTube, subscribe, link in bio. I actually post these lives on YouTube. So if you ever miss one, the replay is there. Okay? Appreciate the mods, appreciate the chat. I will see you all in Monday. Y'all take care.